And friends, it's a great pleasure to be here at Canada 2020. I want to talk about my vision, my plan for the province of Ontario. Then I look forward to taking your thoughts on exactly what I'm rolling out here today. Because I think you'd agree that over the past week you've seen one leader and one party focus on the big issue. And that's more jobs in the province of Ontario. We talked about how we need 1 million people back to work in our great province. I'm going to speak plainly today about why that matters and what it's going to take. And there are so many reasons why job creation is mission critical to me and to my team here today. In fact, there are 1 million reasons. That's how many people right now are out of work in our province, or too discouraged to look for a job in the first place. 1 million men and women in our great province of Ontario who started the week with no job to go to. There's no doubt this is the central economic issue of our time. But in reality, it's about so much more than just economics. It's about people. And I remember a gentleman I met in my hometown of Fort Erie. He had worked at John Deere, plant nearby Welland. Good, solid job. Probably high double-digit figures, good benefits. John Deere closed down. They went to Wisconsin. They didn't leave to get away from the workers. They let them get away from the government. But let me tell you more about him. So he found a part-time job, parking cars, at far less than half of his pay at the local Niagara Falls hotels. That is when the hotels called it all. And when I spoke to him, I remember this vividly on his doorstep. He talked about what it meant to him and his ability to provide for his family. He talked about what it did for his budget. But you know where he started? He started with his pride. What it meant to him as a human being. I know people like him and the hundreds of thousands that are in the same boat each and every day. It drives me. And it's because of him and those like him that I've made jobs the central issue in my campaign. So I know you say, who is against jobs? You can't say that. I'm sure the other leaders were also very disappointed this past week when Unilever pulled out of Ontario. They're in Brampton. They're going to throw another 300 men and women out of work. They're going down to States. So another 300 men and women are going to be like my friend from John Deere. I'm sure the other leaders are concerned about that. And I'm sure the other leaders wish that we had more jobs. But job creation isn't about wishes. It's about choices. It's about making the right decisions. And the truth is that truly making jobs a priority means putting no other goal ahead of jobs. You put it at the top of the list, don't you? And on issue after issue, we in the PC party will choose jobs. Well, the McGuinty Liberals always seem to decide that they see something else as more important to them. So let me tell you what I mean. Take energy. Our plan, I laid out yesterday, is crystal clear. Our plan is to get skyrocketing energy prices under control. And of all the measures we'll take to do it, I'm happy to get into more details. But number one is to end the expensive wind and solar subsidies that are driving costs. So there's no dispute. It's black and white. You get more jobs with lower energy prices than you do with higher prices. It's that simple. That's what I'll do. But the McGuinty Liberals, they decided to put something else ahead of that. That basic premise that lower energy prices will create jobs. So we all know about the gas plant money that was used, taken out of your pocket to save a Liberal seat. Many of you talked about that when we walked around the room. And their policy today remains to support the giant subsidies that are driving up your rates and driving jobs out of our province. Because their priority is to have something to boast about at parties with Al Gore and other celebrities and lobbyists. Because they like to tell those celebrities and lobbyists they're putting up thousands of acres of wind farms and solar panels, whatever the cost, to impress them. Here's where I stand. Lower energy prices are worth 40,000 jobs. We will replace corporate welfare handouts with fair and lower taxes for all employees. There's no dispute about this either. This is basic economics. Lower taxes on employers create more jobs than higher taxes. And even the Liberals acknowledge this need to lower the tax rate on corporations in the last election campaign. You might remember that. They agreed that lower taxes on job creators means more jobs. That's what I say. But then last year they decided that something else was more important. They needed the NDP to prop up their government, to keep the paychecks for Liberal MPPs going. So they changed their economic views. And they decided then that higher taxes on employers, well, that was just fine with them. The economics didn't change, just politics. Lower taxes on job creators will create 120,000 jobs. At a time of unprecedented unemployment, Ontario has a shortage of skilled trades workers, like electricians, plumbers, carpenters, precision machine operators, just good middle-class jobs. Believe it or not, we have half as many as the other provinces. We can create thousands of good jobs in the skilled trades by passing one single regulation, basically abolishing a rule that every apprentice needs 5 journeymen. We'll make it 1. Well, every journeyman. Sounds good. And it doesn't take complex legislation. It doesn't cost you, the taxpayer, a single dime. All it takes is one cabinet meeting, one signing of a document. I'll get that done in a second. But believe it or not, the McGuinty-Wynne Liberals won't do that. They won't pass that regulation because they think something else is more important. There's a union leader named Pat Dillon. He's head of this group called the Working Families Coalition of Unions. Probably some have heard of Mr. Dillon. The Working Families Coalition, they're the ones that fund the Liberal negative attack acts. You'll probably see them in a week or so. So he benefits, Mr. Dillon and his cohorts, from his shortage of skilled workers. He benefits because there are fewer of them, so that strengthens his bargaining power. It isn't right, but those are facts. So the Liberals decided it was more important to keep those big special interest unions happy. But what's more important are the apprenticeship jobs. Making that change, allowing 1 journeyman for every apprentice, that's worth 200,000 skilled jobs for young workers. Absolutely committed to making job creation job 1. I know you are too. I want to provide a better future, a brighter future for that next generation right here in the home province of Ontario. I want to make sure our kids don't have to go to Alberta to get ahead, to get a good job, to start a family. I want to make sure the strong economy of people working again, good steady job, doesn't mean you're paying steady taxes. So we're going to have the health care that we rely upon. And so all of our neighbors and fellow citizens can have that dignity again, that self-reliance that only comes with a good job. On issue after issue, we choose jobs. We choose an economy that is built to last. For their own reasons, the McGinty-Wynne Liberals, they always believe that something else is more important. My team and I will spur job creation through better math achievement for our students, through more free trade, by streamlining regulation for small business, by fixing gridlock, with balanced budgets, by lower taxes, with more affordable energy, and much, much more. Friends, job creation, that's my mission. And I think